Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we've got another episode of School's in Session for you, featuring someone by the name of Reamus. He's a player that's joined the GROP a while ago, has been growing steadily, has been making his account much more focused and much more hard-hitting than he was before, and enjoying the process. So join in with us as we sit down and go through his account top down and see what he's doing that makes him do so well, give him some tips that maybe he didn't know about before, and maybe give him a little bit of focus outside of that. As a ranged main, he's got a little bit more experience in that side of things than I do, but we do stumble through this one together. So I hope you got your lifters, I hope you got your pen and paper. This is gonna be a good one. So let's get into it.
Yep.
Okay. So first and foremost, let's go to your profile so we can get an idea, look at what we're starting off with. Okay, so you're a range main?
Yeah.
Good.
Ignore those 3 green from early days.
Yeah, I understand. So that's good. We're running purples. We're getting into golds. That's nice. You got refinement working. That's nice. What do your squads look like? Click on squads for me. 101.7. Okay, that's fine. Scroll down. You've only got 72,000 cars.
Yep.
Impressive. Okay.
Trying to keep it right around the 60,000 mark because of the extra hospital capacity.
Okay, and is there a reason why you've gone with tier 5?
I train tier 4, T5, and then I train them into T6 as I feel like it.
Is there a reason why you have tier 5 cars, is what I'm saying, and not tier 1?
Oh, because of the extra squad load. I've done the tier 1 cars before, but the amount of extra cars you need, I find it better to go with the higher car value for the higher squad load.
So the only difference is,
yeah,
you need about 150 to 160 tier 1 cars. 150,000 to 161,000 tier 1 cars. But the reason I ask is because if you go to your, if you're concerned about your engine, your capacity, there's a really easy fix to that. And it's literally a way so that you'll never put engines in the hospital ever again. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Because at the end of the day, I understand it's also part of the strategy. We want to be able to fill up the hospital. One of the best ways to do that is to get burned or to get attacked at home. But we don't want those cars to go to the hospital first. So I'll give you a trick.
So if you send the squad out to farm or to another shelter.
No. It's even easier than that without having to send it out or go anything like that. Just click on a hive mind. Just any hive mind, doesn't matter. And go rally and set a 30-minute timer or 30-minute timer and send your cars.
I'd have to make that up.
Just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just send out all your cars.
Yeah.
Now click march. So you've started this rally, but now if you go to your squads and go to your shelter squads, your cars are no longer in your shelter, even though they're in your shelter.
Oh, I did not know about that.
So now, as long as you have enough cars, that all you have to do is send out 1 march. So you keep enough cars, less than 1 march worth of cars, which 150,000 to 160,000 tier 1 cars does. You can now limit your might, bring your might down, bring your rating down by keeping those tier 1 cars instead. And they're way cheaper to fix, so if you do get hit at home, they're way cheaper to fix.
Yeah, I figured I'm getting close to the T6 car, so I thought that once I hit T6 car, I could just limit it down to 60,000, and that would be enough cars to do anything I need to do.
It normally
right now the 72,000 will do my 4 main marches.
Yeah, it'll do your 4 nodes plus a little bit, right? No problem, but let's do some quick math. Go back to your barracks, your car barracks for me. Yeah, cancel that out now. Now go back to your car barracks, and instead of going train, actually go from here, click the exclamation mark in the top left. So here we're bringing 27 load and 9 might per car. Okay? 27 load and 9 might and 900 travel speed per car. Okay? Close this down. Go to your level 1. Go back to your barracks. Go to your level 1. Press the same button. Level 1 is faster. Has 2/3 of the squad load. But look at the might difference. So you keep 70,000 cars with a might of 15 each. Right? So 75,000 times 15, or 9, pardon me, 15 for tier 6.
Yeah.
70,000 times 9 is the equivalent of your might that you're getting from cars. Whereas if you took 150,000 tier 1, that's only 150,000 might.
Valid. No, I see. No, I can definitely see that.
And the only benefit that you get from having higher tiered cars, don't get me wrong, it's great that you have only 72,000. That's fantastic. You're already a step ahead of the rest. But the only benefit to having the higher tier cars is that they bring back bonus resources when you farm with them. Right? So tier 5 provides 6%, tier 6 provides 10%. Right? But you start to see how much that actually influences it, how easily those types of things are changed. And now if you build tier 1s, they build faster, train faster, are super easy to repair, take seconds to repair, and it's only food and wood, there's no oil involved. So even if you do end up getting hit at home, you can repair 150,000 tier 1 cars in literally 5 minutes.
Yeah, normally what I would do is I'd train tier 3, because there's a lot of missions where it's like train tier 3 of this, that, and the other type.
Sure, and then you can upgrade on
3.
troop training day for the better value.
Exactly.
So the only thing that I would suggest doing that is there's no sense in training and troop training tier 3 just to get there. I would train just tier 5s, and then upgrade your tier 5 to tier 6 on troop training day to get the most value out of troop training. There's no sense in building just tier 3s if you're going to upgrade them, because the value that you're getting on troop training day is still the same value by training tier 5s to tier 6 that you would by training tier 3 to tier 6. In the sense that you're just getting the difference in value, but you have to use more speed ups. So you're using more speed ups to get less points per value. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you've got tier 6, train tier 5, upgrade tier 5 to tier 6. That's totally fine.
Yeah. I normally, I'm still working on my infantry. I still got 60,000 T5 to train up.
Mm-hmm.
I just hit T6 on my infantry a month or so ago. I've been trying not to use my speed ups on the infantry and save my speed ups for my ranged.
That's totally fine. If you're not an infantry main, the only thing you need infantry for is rallies and garrisons. Now, granted, we're going to need more infantry in the Alliance for rallies and garrisons, because most of our infantry garrison is infantry heavy.
Yeah, I figured if I get up around 600,000 of both infantry and rider.
Yeah, that's about good. That's kind of where I like to shoot to.
At one point, I did have 900,000 riders, and I deleted some because I was just sick looking at them.
Oh no! Oy.
Yeah, I deleted 200,000 because I never used them. Nobody was running rider rallies, rider garrisons, nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is just inflated might that I want to get rid of.
Yeah, I can see that decision being made, and then all of a sudden you walk into a rider main who we really need riders for, and you go, shit. Hindsight 2020.
I had another, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had my 200,000. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean that's going to kind of cover your troops, which is great. We've talked a little bit about parts. I mean, you know what you're headed with parts. Just keep going with your parts, HP, range, attack. As a range main, I would suggest focusing in your backpack.
Yeah, I'm just saving for the compass next.
Yeah, so your compass and your rope are going to be super important for you, because range does so much skill damage, and skill damage, it counts for so much in a fight already. Like, I'm not sure if you know, but skill damage accounts for like 40 to 50% of the damage. So like for range specifically, yeah, it's really high. It's like 40 to 50. It's somewhere in there, but it literally is kind of the determining factor in what's really hitting hard, which is why Sophie Ethan is so ridiculous. So obviously you want to get those backpack parts, skill damage. Yeah, and getting your refined squad travel speed, reduced death rate is good too.
And then probably refine those two next. Switch back and forth for the heal speed and healing cost reduction.
See, I look at refinement as more of a balance thing, depending on what you're going at. Just because they all do provide decent things for. But you don't need the research one as much because the research is going to be done. You don't need, raiding resources and stuff isn't bad, especially for like AR and stuff like that. True. And training materials used is a big deal. So like you kind of want to refine them all.
Handy. Yeah. You
but like
pick your poison.
Yeah, exactly. But like even in there, like with this account, I've got all of my infantry and my backpack is fully refined and the other ones aren't. So now I'm just doing the other ones lowest one level, lowest one level, lowest one level.
Yeah, I did the car or the weapon first, working on the backpack.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's just with what you're going to be focusing on. Refinement's a little bit different than parts, and you're doing good with parts, so I can't complain. And you've almost got all red equipment anyway, so you're almost beyond that barrier either way.
Yeah.
Just
that one will get upgraded eventually.
Yeah, next TC or whenever you want to. It doesn't really matter. You've got the parts for it, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look then at what you use for heroes and what you use for marches and how you have them armamented up.
First march would be Sophie Ethan is my first march.
Okay. We'll look at the armaments after. I just want to see what you run for squads.
Julia Bard, Lynn Lewis.
Do you use Julia Bard in the field?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a mistake?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man. Bard is out of the superheroes, super weapon heroes. Bard is the worst.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and I think it's because unless he's fully transcended, you're missing out on a lot of his abilities. So yeah, you're getting the damage, which is good, and you're getting the rage regeneration, which is good. Obviously, that'll help in the field, and you get the bonuses from there. Look at his fourth skill, though.
Oh, I know.
So you lose out all of that.
Yeah.
Because you're not in until that's done, right? What's the third skill? You lose all of that.
Yeah, I think it's the third skill. Once you transcend it, it becomes the improved version.
Right, so once he's transcended, right, once you get the next spot open, then he becomes okay. But, like, literally, you would probably be better off using... Oh, man. Okay, so
yeah,
you've got Sophie Ethan. I mean, you're already rocking and rolling. Let's see what else you got.
I did the struggle when I got my bar to 2 transcends, and then I decided to start working on Ethan, and I'm like, do I want to keep transcending Bard, or do I want to switch my focus to Ethan? And I decided to switch over to Ethan because, well, Ethan's just badass.
Well, because Ethan is just Ethan, so that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Sophie Ethan, Julia Bard... Is that Lynn Lewis? Is that what I see?
Yeah. Lynn Lewis. Gotta fix Beast on.
We'll fix up Beast here in a second.
Yeah. That's for joining rallies or garrisons.
Okay.
I usually set it to 100,000 and then I'll scroll it if I need to.
Yeah, makes sense. So that's easier. And then joining infantry.
Yeah.
So you only fight with 3 in the field, right?
Actually, I only try to fight with 2 in the field because my Lynn is only 2.2 mil.
And what's your Julia?
2.9 currently.
And what's your Sophie?
OP 4.3.
Okay, so you should only be
Like, I
fighting
can
with
get-
her. You should only be fighting with Sophie and either Julia or Lynn. And if I were you, I might even choose to go with. I might even choose to go with Sophie Lynn, or I might even choose to go with Julia Lynn.
Valid. If Bard, yeah, because I didn't transcend.
Just because you're missing out
Third
so
skill.
much from him. Yes, you get your AOE damage and stuff like that, but it's like you're missing out on so many. Right, you're missing out on so
That
much
skill.
of his skills, or of his help, because he's only in rallies. Now, I wouldn't complain to a Julia Bard rally. That's still okay, right? It's still decent. And if you swapped armaments from Sophie onto Julia and ran a Julia Bard rally, that's still okay, right?
Yeah, in fact, I just did that during Entity.
Yeah, see, and something like
I
that,
ran
totally fine. But I would suggest only fighting with Sophia and one other March. Or Sophie and one other March. Just because you're Julia at 2.9, let's take a look at Julia's armaments.
I could stretch it a little bit higher because I've got 1 or 2 armaments on. Yeah, like my.
So let's hypothetically say we were
limited.
just going to set up 2 marches total. Okay? Let's say we were going to set up 2 marches total. Your Sophie is set up. Set up your second strongest march.
That would be swapping that.
No. You wouldn't swap that. Because that one was not Sophie, remember?
Oh, right. Nope. I grabbed the wrong one.
Yeah.
Sophie. That would be my second march for Julia.
Okay, so 3.2. Now this is exactly why I'm going to suggest fighting with just these 2. Because you should never take a hero into the field with an armament set less than 3 million. And I mean an effective armament set less than 3 million. Okay? And what do I mean by effective?
I think I had it set up that way because it was all the superbs and it just looked nicer.
Sure. You'll get superbs. I mean, as the superb stack, that's fine. But let's look at this rationally, and let's be a judgment here. The average player currently does not have a 3.5 mil set, a 3 to 3.5 mil set. So if you have a 3.5 mil set, you're above the average. If you have under that, you're fighting under the average. So your Sophia is already punching good. Your Julia at 2.9 is not going to be near as effective as it is at 3.2, right? So even that little basic is going to be huge. And I wouldn't start looking at another set until you get her to at least 3.5. Once you get her to 3.5, then I start looking at building a third set on Lynn.
Yeah. Well, the third set's in the works just because my 3.2 is a lot of the superiors that are
the superbs
on the verge of. Yeah.
Yeah, and
They're
that's
right on the cusp of getting it to the ability of being in the primary set.
Mm-hmm. And again, but the thing is, you're only working on the 3 distinct sets, right? 1 and 2 are your focus. The third will level up over time until you've got that second one up above 3.5. Once you have that second set above 3.5, get your third set up to 3.5. Because then you can fight with those 3 marches in the field, and they will still actually hit and do damage in the field. You see what I'm saying? But I mean effective 3.2. So let's look at her armaments for a second. And let's run through the armament section one at a time. Okay, that's good. Okay, go ahead. Next one. Okay, next one. Next one. Okay, next one. And the devices. Okay. So, on all of your armaments, you currently have 5 armaments or hones that are either specific to rally or specific to travel speed. And here's
a couple that need to be fixed.
Right. So this becomes my thing. So even though your Julia is a 3.2, she's only going to hit about as hard as a 2.9. Because in the field, she's not getting the rally buffs, any of them. And secondly, she's getting travel speed. And I'm a firm believer that the only people who will benefit from travel speed are riders. Okay?
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. That one was just I'll save it until I get something better.
Yep.
That one I think I just unlocked since the last honing event.
Yep. I mean, I get it. Totally understood. But this becomes the thing that we have to think about. So although you have a 3.2, we have to think, well, she's actually closer to about a 2.9 or a 3 when you're fighting with her in the field. Okay? So one of the questions could be, why are we not hitting as hard as we think we are? Because we have a lot of these hones, a couple of these hones that aren't going to be. And those ones can be quite effective, especially when you're looking at the difference between the might that you get from a legendary to a red hone, right? So like a foolproof, a full done marksman crossbow is like 650 or 700,000. So like there's a lot of range that we want to look at in regards to how much those buffs are actually effective. Okay. And it's the same thing. So like with her, you've got a 6% garrison attack. She isn't bad, but that's not her main focus, right?
Got another garrison here too. I wish I didn't get the garrison.
But here's the mental thing. Here's the mental game. That's exactly the problem. It's a red hone. So we think we have to keep it, but here's the thing. That is doing you nothing, like 0
when I'm on the field.
When you're on the field. It's only working when you're in garrison. Right?
Yeah, I think there's 3 garrison hones. Unfortunately.
Well, I think there was... Well, and then there's 1 gold one as well. So you got 4 specific garrison hones.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yep. And again, that's not a bad thing because you do use her to garrison as well. Right?
Yeah.
But we just have to understand that 4 point, what is he, 4.2? 4.6?
Yeah.
Something like that, 4.4?
Yeah.
We have to just understand that that's probably closer to 4.2, probably closer to 4.1 in the field. It's a 4.3 in garrison, but it's not going to be that in the field. Right? So we just want to kind of keep that in mind as well. But again, it just means that you're looking at the beast or the heroes that you're working on, right? So Sophie, you've got worked out, so you're working on her armaments. Whenever you get superbs, right? I'm putting guaranteed red hones on my superbs so that they can fill into that slot as early as possible.
Yeah, that's part of where I've kind of been at lately is when I'm honing, do I want to work on honing out the golds for reds, or should I be working on my my superbs to get those reds?
So first off, I'm only honing during the honing challenge.
Of course.
Right? So you're saving all your hones until we're doing it just during the honing challenge regardless. And then all of the guaranteed red hone chests or the canisters that you get, I put those guaranteed red hones into my superbs. But I'll put the rare hones into the lowest, on whichever hero that I'm working on, into the lowest stat on that armament set. Regardless of what it is. And this means those garrison hones that are bringing you 0, right, might be the next ones to look at replacing. If you don't have any squad travel speed to fix, you might look at some of them because, like, again, a 0 is better than, or is worse than squad defense 2.8. So even slotting in a different gold, it might bring your overall might down, but it becomes more effective. What's the actual effective range, right? So you look at what the lowest is. 3.8% is the lowest there. 31 in squad lethality is lower, so look at that. Would be maybe the next one. You have a 31 there in squad block. Right, so you just go to whichever one's lowest, knock that one up until it's higher, then move to the next lowest one, move that one up till it's higher. Go to the 2.7%. is less than the 31, so that might be the next one you do. Squad damage reduction I might keep anyways. Squad damage I might just keep anyways, even if they're lower. Just because squad damage is good until it's like the last one. Because those are special on devices.
Specific. Yeah.
But that 4.3 is good because it's close to being a consistent 4.3. Right? It's pretty close. Like, it's 4.3 in your garrison, which is why your garrison does pretty well. And now that you have it, now you just understand that it's closer to a 4 or a 4.1, being in the field.
Yeah, its natural state, so to speak.
Yeah, where you'll use it the most without it being in a garrison. And unfortunately, the problem is if you're a garrison main, having some of those garrison ones are a good one. But if you're a field fighter, you want them to be kind of as uniform as you can be. Which will allow you even to balance it back too.
Yeah, I remember one of the other guys or YouTubers' videos coined it as being like the evergreen set, where it was just strictly focusing on those like 4 things.
Right. Block, lethality,
lethality,
attack and defense.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes sense. That's kind of your best bet. And even when it comes to garrison ones, like you even want to be specific with the garrison ones. Because like if you click hone, for example, click manage, and then click hone, and then click hone attributes in the bottom left. So this gives you all the breakdown of all the values, right?
Yeah.
So even if you look at your garrison situation, you have a garrison basic attack damage only 6%. Well, if you understand how damage is done, how basic attack damage, counter damage, and skill damage is done, you start to understand which one is more valuable to increase. If I'm just in a single rally garrison, for example, maybe increasing basic attack damage is fine. Maybe increasing, overall attack is fine. Maybe increasing counter damage is fine. But you look at it from a position where chances are you're going to be swarmed, right? Most rallies nowadays are basically just the basis of support for a swarm. Okay, so you're going to be hit from multiple targets. Well, that means that you're going to be taking counter damage from one source and basic attack damage from a lot of other sources. Or you'll be dealing more counter damage. So there's a benefit to like garrison counter damage, for example. Because garrison counter damage, you're going to be dealing counter damage to every source, whereas garrison basic attack damage, I'm only dealing basic attack damage to one source at a time.
I don't think I have any garrison basic attacks on any of my stuff. I think I've managed to avoid that one.
But see, even skill damage. Skill damage is good, but skill damage, you're still only dealing to one target at a time. True. Unless you have AoE, at which point it's a little bit different, but you're only dealing it effectively to, at one target at a time. I'm not dealing it to all 8 people that are targeting me. At max, I'm only going to be dealing it to 5. Right? So that, again, just becomes one of those things you take into account when you're thinking about which one is the lowest. Is the hone bringing you any value? No? Get rid of it. Put something else that is. And then put all of your guaranteed red hones on your superbs. Sorry, what?
Because the amount of times I'm able to effectively garrison is far less than what I can be doing in the field.
Exactly. And that's nothing to say that you're not a garrison player or you don't have the capability of falling there if you need to. But let's be honest. Are you a garrison player or are you a field fighter?
I want to be a garrison player.
Okay. So
I can't afford to be a garrison player.
I mean, it's not about how much it costs. It's just about focus. If what you want to be is a garrison player, then focus on your garrison heroes. Focus on your Ethan. Focus on your Lewis. Focus on your, Ethan Lewis is kind of your typical biggest range garrison. So transcend your Ethan. Put your set on Ethan, right? Outside of this, have that set up prepped so that you can. Take a look at his hero talent tree. Make sure you have the right garrison set for his talent tree.
think it was someone else that mentioned that Sophie was better leading Ethan even in the garrison.
Oh, of course. That's just because if go to Sophie, she's got a lower skill cap. She's got a 950 skill thing, or a 900 skill, I think, right?
Yeah, and it's because of that factor that it put her over the top for being the lead versus the co-lead.
The difference is you'll probably get a better garrison out of Ethan Lewis than you will out of Sophie Ethan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Especially if your Lewis is transcended or awakened.
It's awakened, just no skin.
That's going to be okay. Go through his skills and you'll see why.
Yeah,
So 5 damage at 12,000. Increase the skill damage by 30%. Increase HP. Increase damage.
Yeah. Range
and then increase raged.
Yeah, the rage generation.
And then look at him transcended. Now he has the full circle. Look at his transcended one. It's up to 5, not just 3.
Yeah.
So you pair that with
Ethan Lewis as my garrison, but once I upgraded my Sophie to being awakened, I swapped out Lewis and started running Sophie Ethan instead of Ethan Lewis.
I think honestly, if you run the Ethan with the skills tree done in the garrison line or in the garrison side, especially for multi rallies, right? If you run his hero talent tree, with the skill side and the and then into the garrison tree. I mean, you've got a little bit into range squad, which is fine, but like you would prefer to take the 6 points that you have on the left side of the range squad. Yeah, you would prefer to take those 6 and put them into into both the response one there, and then into your rage side on the garrison side as well.
Oh yeah.
So like you want 3 points in there, and then you want to get at least 1 into the rage. Because any place that you get more damage, you want more rage.
Nope, that's fair.
But from there, I mean, again, we're just talking min-maxing stuff, but I think you'll probably do better with a Ethan Lewis because of the increased HP, the increased skill damage, the increased AoE damage.
Yep. No, I see it.
I mean, it could be close. Sophie is pretty broken by her own case. The only problem I have with Sophie is looking through her skills. Go through her skills for me, and you'll see some of the differences. Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. Damage factor, okay. Man. Yeah, you know what? Sophie might be better than Lewis in Garrison. I'm just looking at the I don't know, it's close.
That's just it.
It's
it
close.
Is so close that it's like... I wish the game would give us some way to definitively test this shit.
Well, the only way you do it is to run them one at a time.
Yeah, but it's because it's different in a Garrison. It's like, how do you test a Garrison against the exact same setup time and time again to determine what's better?
So I think the difference is just going to be if you put... Because if you look at her skill talent tree, for example, this is going to be where the difference is. Not her skills, sorry, her talent tree.
Yeah.
Right? Her talent tree is skills and range squad only. Okay? The difference is going to be in that Garrison side of the tree. So this is going to provide, by leading Sophie with Ethan as a secondary, you're going to be providing far more damage, less damage reduction. So you'll be punching harder, but you'll be a glass cannon by comparison. If you lead with Ethan, and you have Sophie as a co-lead, or you have Lewis as a co-lead, for example, you're going to benefit from his Garrison tree, which is the defense side of things that is going to provide a stronger Garrison. Right?
Yeah.
So getting the damage mitigation,
longer.
And in the same process, put out more skill damage because you're still getting all that increased rage, right? If you pair him with Lewis, you're getting all that benefit rage. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So like there's flexibility kind of in that pick, but leading with Lewis because he's still, or leading with Ethan because he still has the skill tree, so you're still getting all that skill damage benefits. Is kind of going to be where that focus is. No, don't do that one first. You want to do the other one first. Yeah, you want to do that one first. That one's more important. And then that rage is more important.
The basic attack is more important than the...
When attacked, when garrisoned. Where the other one is just when attacking.
Would this not build up for a squad that's attacking you, though? In theory?
I mean, I guess in theory it would for every squad that's attacking you, but you're only getting the benefit when you're garrisoning. So, yeah, I guess, you know what? You're probably right. Because you're only doing basic attack. Yeah, you're only doing basic attack against one. So it's against one all the time, or more rage when you're being attacked and swarmed. That's probably your better bet.
Yeah. Yeah, screw it.
But see, even in this situation, it's really just depending on what you're going to do more. If you're going to fight with him more in the field, and you're going to lead with him more in the field, maybe you'll do the basic attacks, right? Because you'll be fighting with him more in that situation.
Yeah. Well, in the field, I could always just go with, like, Sophie. Ethan,
yep. And then just use your damage in the field. That makes sense. But again, this just
set over to Ethan when I'm taking on that garrison.
Exactly. And this is the same thing I was just talking to someone about today. We were going over Beasts. There's a lot of intricacies in this game, so it's really not about who's best with who. There's very few pairings that are like who's best with who. Outside of something like Sophie, Ethan, but even Ethan Lewis works. Boyd Lewis works, Chasey Ethan works, Boyd Ethan works. You see what I'm saying? There's lots of kind of that freedom, and especially when it comes to Beast, there's a lot of like customization to play how you want.
I feel like Ethan is just the swarm stopper. That's why everybody's been using him.
It's not just swarms; it's his damage. It's just his sheer damage output.
Yeah.
Right? Because he punches hard. He punches AoE, so you can't swarm him. And even his main skill, if you don't swarm him, hits really hard. I mean, it's what, 15,000, something like that? When he's got it transcended and leveled? 14,750 plus 30%. Right? Plus a heal factor. Plus the gunfire. Plus the additional damage. Like, it's just plus.
Oh yeah, I love seeing that gunfire go off. Don't get me wrong.
I don't.
You would.
No, I don't. I don't at all. So, I mean, you've got your marches. Like I said, your first march is going to be your Sophie Ethan. Your secondary march.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a firm believer that Julia Bard are well out-seasoned. So I think you would do better with something like Lynn and... I mean, even something like Lynn Lewis... to help with the extra damage on the field because you have Sophie doing more skill damage debuffing from her one.
Yeah, my Lynn is almost awakened.
Right, and then and with Lewis being awakened, Lynn Lewis is going to do a decent amount of output and be a little tankier, right? Still has some of that HP. So, like, there's some of those benefits. I just look at Julia Bard as one of those things that's just outdated, and they really only have one purpose, and that's to rally. Like, Julia gets mopped in the field. She doesn't do really well in the field.
I've also tried Julia.
Julia Lewis walks too slow. They don't do very much. They're, like, super slow. That's why I would suggest Lynn and Lewis, because then at least you have some base movement speed, so you can pair them kind of together that way.
Yeah, I don't think I have a Lewis Julia or a Lewis Lynn or anything like that anymore. I rarely dip into the green on the...
I keep the color coordinated so that I know. I use the black ones to fight with, the green ones to farm with, and the blue ones to zombie with.
Yeah. most of the time I'm just usually using this because it's not strong enough yet. I use that as my ranged rally or garrison filler when someone else is doing it.
Mm. Yeah, I can appreciate that. But truth be told, I would almost look at swapping out your Julia Bard for Lynn Lewis.
Fair.
To be fair, I would probably look at switching those out, even though your Julia is awakened. Just because, like, if you look at the damage, like, look at their damage on their 1. 13,750 versus 1470.
7, but yeah.
And reduce the skill damage taken by 20%. So even her 1 does more. And when you look at the amount of skills and the rest of what she provides, like movement speed, defense.
Oh yeah, when I've got Julia out on the field, if there's a squad coming for her, I usually just turn around and fight because I don't stand a chance at running anything with her.
Yeah, and even then, if you look at the rest of the stats that she has versus the newer heroes, it's just it doesn't stack up by comparison.
Yeah.
Right. So I look at Julia, I'm like, she's great, but she's just old. She had a purpose before, but that it's falling off with the new heroes. Spectra, far better. Right? I look at Spectra, far better.
Yeah.
Right? You go through her skill set, you look at her 1, for example, far more damage. We're talking 14,000 right out the gap without the bonus if she's flanked.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like there's a ton of flex into Spectra over even Julia and Lynn. But this becomes, where is your focus, right? What are you focusing on? If you're a range main, you're looking at your Ethan. If you're looking at doing Garrison, you're looking at Ethan. You're looking at probably Sophie. You're looking at, any of those other top picks that you can. Spectra, you need to get Spectra up. I don't necessarily think you need Cedric yet, because Cedric is pretty activate, like pretty heavy for ranged or for rallies.
Yeah, it's that skill awakened squad HP buff. That's going to be gross.
Yeah, so there's benefit, but I don't think even when you have him awakened, he's going to be really good in Garrison. Because look throughout the rest of his kit, no. A lot of what he does is specific to rallies, and he doesn't lose those.
Yeah, I think as nice as it would be to get Spectra up, I think I've only got 200 frags saved currently.
Mm-hmm.
Frags I have. Yeah, 209. So if I keep saving those, by the time I hit 690, maybe we'll be somewhat close to the Garrison new heroes coming out again, like 6 months down the road.
And then you'll have Ethan and the new Garrison hero, which will probably be the top breakers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if I can force myself to resist the urge to work on Spectra, I can do better.
Like I would look from your position. I would look at simply awakening Lynn, getting Lynn awakened because she's close, and then just relying on the heroes that you have to, kind of balance out your teams from there. Finish getting her awakened because she's close, and then
I just need 65 more frags.
Yeah, and you have the 65 in hand, so you could awaken her on the next TC or this TC or whenever you wanted to. And then save everything for the next Garrison hero.
Yeah. Well, I've been just slowly doing it between the event we just had. Still applicable here.
Biohazard Frenzy?
Is that it? Yeah, I can't see it anymore. But yeah, I've been grabbing the 10 frags for Lynn twice.
Oh, you're talking about it's in the dailies. In the special promo. No, in the special promo tag. Black lights.
Black lights. Yeah. Yeah, so I've been grabbing the 10 frags for Lynn twice each week, or every time this comes around.
Good. Yep. And then get your Lynn up as fast as you can. And then save all your frags for the new Garrison hero that comes out. And then dump it into Ethan and the new Garrison hero. Because you've already got, I mean, as it stands, you've already got a decent setup for the majority of stuff. Like, you've already got a good Sophie. You've already got a decent Ethan that'll back it. You do know that you need to work on, transcending him when you can. That'll be a huge thing for you. Awakening Lynn, and then getting the new hero, the new Garrison hero. And that's kind of what your focus should be for heroes.
Yeah, when it comes to next Transcend, would be fourth one, I think. That transcends and makes it 2 minutes. If I wanted to go the Garrison route, anyway. I think that's
you want to do that one because it also changes the specific. Go up for a second. It goes from range squad defense to just overall squad defense.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah,
I forgot about that part. Yeah,
that's why he becomes so freaking dominant in the other lines too, because he's providing 45% squad defense to infantry and ranged and riders.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So his 4 skill, once you get that transcended, you can start using him pretty much everywhere.
Yep.
But that's gonna handle your fighting units, your fighting heroes. You've already done the gathering stuff, I gather, from my other stuff, right? My other videos?
Yeah, I'm good on the gather heroes.
You know which armaments to put on each one?
Yep.
Do you have the vest and the backpack?
I've got the backpack on him. I'm still working on it. Got a vest there just because it came with free wood gathering home.
So you want to put on every of your gathering leaders, you want to put a vest, a backpack, and a shovel.
Yeah. I have, over the time I've been playing this game, I have gotten rid of some backpacks and recycled them so that I could get the armaments I wanted, and then I regretted recycling them. Because,
yeah, hindsight's always 20/20. Go to your bag for a second. I want to see what you have for armament frags and stuff. Okay, scroll down. I want to see what you have not equipped. Anything? You've already taken it all down? Okay. So yeah, you got to work on some heart farming equipment. All the purple frag is going to farming. All the gold frag is going to fighting. I will say, though, you have a 6th high-performance motor.
Yeah, I know.
That's on purpose?
It's a placeholder.
Okay.
It's a placeholder. Until I get another
device, plasma blade or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got my plasma blade up to 5-star, so once I get a 1-star or a 0-star plasma blade, that can be
swap
sidelined.
over. Yeah, I get you. Okay.
It's just providing me that extra little bit of defense and travel speed to help me get into a garrison or a rally when there's the field fighting in the area.
Yep. No, I get it. If it's, once you already have the other ones 5-starred, I don't care what you do with it, as long as you're farming with the other ones.
Yeah, I just got this one to 5-star, so I'm running 6 of the motors for the time being.
Shit, fill up with high performance motors if you want. I don't care. As long as you have 5-star that you're farming with, the rest is a moot to me.
Yeah, and I think like a month or so ago, I spent a bunch of my blue hones and honed out all my...
Nice.
Yeah, so oil.
Food, nice. Steel, nice.
Steel. I care less about wood as being a ranged main, so that one had a steel, and I'm just not even bothering to fix it being a double wood.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And then you just put a little bit of everything on him. That's fine.
Yep. Whatever it gets, it gets.
Man, I'm proud. You are doing some good hard work. I like to see. Okay, yeah, and then once you get them to 5, make sure you get everything else on your alternate farmer so that he can start farming everything too. I think we're looking pretty good there. So let's jump to beasts, because this is where we're probably going to spend the majority of the time. Beasts are hard for most people.
Before we jump to beasts, I always notice in your videos when you're going over the farmers, you always suggest to send out like food, wood, steel, oil.
Sure.
Do you ever change up that order?
What do you mean?
Like, I always go oil first, because it pre-selects what just happens to be my oil gathering squad. And then go food. I'll make one change here. I go wood, preset, being my wood gatherers. And same for my steel gatherers. I only have to change one hero.
Sure.
You don't have to deal with the save list on the right.
The problem that you run into is if you want to do four food,
Sure.
or if I want to do 4 wood, then I'm not going to benefit. Then I have to go through and pick it every time. Right. So if I wanted to, if all of a sudden now I wanted to do 4 food, well, it's a little bit more work to do 4 food nodes directly than it would be to do it from your save list.
I guess I've just always I have done one of each for so long. I haven't done the strictly focus on just gathering 4 oils or at the same time.
Well, I look at it, for example, in the during the last Alliance League, for example, if you're farming, because I do all my missions, you'll see are either stamina or farming, right? Zombie stamina or farming, because you can do stamina ones for free. So go to the member log and go down. I think I was 29th or something like that. Oh, you were 29th. I was 32nd first. I was close. But you'll see it's all gathering your stamina, right? Gathering stamina, gathering stamina.
Yeah, whereas I went survivors, stamina.
Right? So same type of idea, but I'm doing all gathering. So because gathering is so important, I'm doing specifically all specifically oil, all wood, all food, whichever ones I can, and the overall gathering ones are kind of worth less points, so I don't like to do them as often.
Yep.
But I'm doing specifically, farm 30 million food at once. Well, it's easier to do that from your save
how
list.
active I am. If I find that I don't have as much time to get on, I go for the gathering ones more. If I feel like I have the time to get on a little bit more often, I try to find the other ones.
What's the bag one?
Show up.
See, but here's my problem. See, that's fine. I can appreciate that. Go to your survivor thing, for example, for a second. Your survivor missions. And this is why, just select one. Doesn't really matter. So you have to save up 120 rescues at the survivor camp, right? So how many survivor rescues were you sitting on before this Alliance League?
500 or so. Normally what I do for the survivors is, I've got 19 currently. I save them up for the month, and then once the event is over, I'll hit rescue all. Or on the last time I get that mission, I'll hit rescue all, and then I'll start saving them again until the next time it comes around. Use whatever I've saved up for the previous month, use them all again.
So
that way I'm not saving them indefinitely.
Right. So that's not a bad plan. The only reason why I'm not a big fan of it, go to your survivors and click on survivor. No, just click right here, scroll down on the right-hand side in the survivor attributes. All of this shit is passive.
Yep.
And the longer that you're sitting on those survivors, the requests, right? The longer that you're sitting on those, the less of the value that you're getting for those buffs, right? For those passive buffs. So I look at it and I'm like, every time I save up enough to get the next, the guaranteed reward. So here, 46. As soon as I save up 46, I'm using it. As soon as I save up 100, I'm using them. Because you want to get as much benefit out of those passive buffs, and most of what we're dealing with is passive buffs. And if you look between our scores, between 29th and 31st, it's literally 10 points. So all the benefit you had from saving all 500 of your searches amasses to only 10 extra points. And all I was doing is farming in the same stamina.
Yep.
Right? So I look at it, I'm like, in my opinion, the benefit that you gain for Alliance League and waiting is outmatched by losing out on all of the passive buffs that you're getting from not using them earlier. Now I know some
Yeah,
guys who save up
each line-
thousands of them, and it just bothers me. It irks me. But you're okay.
I agree with the thousands. I feel like saving up the once each time is the happy medium.
Yeah, it's again,
I
if
get-
you use them every month and you're only saving up enough every month, and it's not like you're saving up, 1,000 or something. It's not as big of a deal for me. But I'm just a staunch believer of using your survivors when you get them, because the passives are more beneficial than the rewards you get from AL.
Yeah, I feel the same way when it comes to like troops. I want to have all of my troops to be T6, but at the same time, I like getting the extra points by upgrading T4 or T5 troops into T6 during certain events.
See, you're not
Maybe
getting
hold on
bonus
for too
points.
long.
You know that, right? You're not getting bonus points.
Well, it's not more points. You just get more bang for your buck, so to speak.
It's just offsetting. It's just offsetting the weight.
Yeah.
Right. So the concept is either you're going to spend more of the resources on speed ups on speed up day, and then leave yourself with less to do on troop training day, versus setting yourself up to do less on speed up day and more on troop training day. That's really just what it comes down to, because you're going to use the speed ups one way or the other. The speed up amount doesn't change. It's just that the first day is capped at only 100 million for your speed ups, right? So you can only get 100 million points during TC for speed ups. Right?
Yeah, same with the equipment upgrade.
Yeah, so there's a couple places that have that limit, right? So if you go there, right, you have a maximum of 100 million that you can get from using speed ups. But on troop training day, if you go to troop training day
There is no.
and then click on the question mark, there's no 100 million limit.
Yeah.
Right? So you can use all your speed ups. You use the majority of your speed ups, because it's the speed ups that cost you points to train your tier 5. And then you just use way less speed ups on troop training day, and you get the difference between the 2 points. So that's really just what the difference comes down to. So in my opinion, there's no sense in building tier 4 and then training those. It's always best to build the one lower than what you can, if you're going to go that route.
I may do it for the convenience of time, because 2,000 tier 4 troops is a day for me.
And what's tier 5?
1 day, 6 hours. So if I first thing in the morning or just around reset, so I'll hit a training, and then I know the next day right around resets. Whereas the T5, that extra 6 hours, if that's clicking off at like 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm not going to get it to it until 6 o'clock in the morning, and then there's 4 hours that there could have been troops training.
Okay. I get it. I do. It's min-maxing to the extreme. Yeah. I don't think much about the 6 hour difference, because I guess it just depends on how much you're in the game, right? If you're in the game every 2 hours, then it's not really like you're losing out on much ever. I guess the only time I'm never not in the game for 2 hours is when I'm sleeping, so it makes sense. You play man. That's a personal thing. I think like the value is different, and for me, my OCD doesn't let me have tier 4, tier 5, and tier 6. It'll get pissy with me. So,
with me doing the whole garrison thing, garrisoning at home, testing my shelter, I hate having those T4 in there.
Mm-hmm.
Just for that very purpose. I
Yep.
much prefer to have all T6, obviously.
I want them all the same color, homie. That's what I want.
Yep.
So I get that.
All of them white, right?
Yeah, get all the white parts. I need all those white parts too. Okay, so let's talk beasts. It seems like you got a pretty good handle on things so far, so let's just chat beasts. What's your biggest issue with beasts? Do you know how they work?
Yeah, I know how they work.
Okay.
At least I feel I do. I kind of wish the game would give me
Clearer details?
not so much clearer details, just allow me to shape my focus somewhere else. Because right now my focus is clearly on the fire beast, because that's what the game is giving me the most of.
Sure.
The penguin.
Sure. Besides the penguin and the other one.
Yeah, as a garrison, like you've mentioned before with the combo and corrode, and that being on a garrison and hitting all 4 different attributes, so like I see the value in that. I just can't see the value in the switching because of the difference in what the game is giving me.
Okay, so this is where we get to actually look at where the freedom is. Because although the game is giving you a lot of your fire chips, right, your fire beasts, you're getting a lot of them, but unless you're putting in, like, that's not really going to determine what makes those beasts strong. What really that's just going to change the damage numbers in their skills and stuff like that. What really determines a beast's efficacy is its pristine life, right? So go to its rank up, for example, click rank up, click promote, or per potential. You're right, potential. Oh, yeah. Pristine life. So this is what determines a beast's overall efficacy, because this is how it affects its attributes, okay? But the introduction of chips means that we can put whatever attributes we want on whatever beast at whatever time. So you don't have to pair them that way, the way that you think that you do, right? Based on the strongest ones that you have. In fact, you can still pair your combo, you can still pair the pangolin with your crab, right? And still do decently well based on the chips that you put on those beasts. Okay? So just click back for a second, go to your main beast, and then click the attributes button. So basically, because you're stacking so much crit, we're missing out on combo. We're missing out on some counter, and we're basically letting the beast itself provide everything that we want. So let's look at its chips for a second and see what chips you put on them. So the 4 that you have provide crit. Okay, so we're obviously forcing the crit. That's what we're trying to do.
I think the game gave me a free crit 1 first. So because I got 1 crit 1, I put my focus on to getting the other crit 1s because it gave me crit first.
And again, there's nothing wrong with that. That just means that we look at putting combo on a different beast that we want to pair it with. So stack this one with crit, that's fine. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, if I could get those ones over to the combo or counter, I would. It's just because of the focus. And
make them all crit.
With it.
That's totally fine. Make them all crit. We can get combo and counter other ways. That's fine. Because you realize that we're going to get counter already naturally. So go to its attributes for a second. We're going to get counter from it when you increase the next level. You're going to get more crit and counter anyways. So really what we should be looking at doing is pairing this with either a combo beast or a beast that we can put combo chips on. Okay? So even if so this means that you can literally pair them with your fire beasts, or you can pair them with your your Gale Draco, or you can pair them with the General Crab, or the Hurricane Draco, pardon me, or the General Crab. And then look at balancing out those attributes based on the chips that we give them. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So there's a ton of freedom. It's not like we have to focus on this. And again, we only want to focus on 2 marches. Right? Your garrison march and a rally march or another one. Right? But that's really all we have, because we're only going to be fighting with 2 in the field at once, maybe 3. The other 6 beasts that we pair together, we can just pair however they are, like based on their might. It doesn't matter, because those are only going to be used for like arena or beast invasion or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So I simply look at my best advice would be to disconnect everything. Take off all the support beasts, take off all the chips. Yeah, disconnect all the supports and take off all their chips.
Let me do it this way.
No, it won't actually let you do it the easy way.
Right?
I've always been a huge dislike of this the UI for beasts.
Yeah. There's a few things they keep teasing us. They'll like introduce a feature for like a week or two and then take it away without telling us.
Yeah. Or promise us something and then not give it to us. Like jeans.
Yeah.
It's still sitting there. Hello, jeans.
The ability to use hero fragments for buffs or whatever it was.
For other stuff? Yeah, no shit. Fucking pricks.
There was like a week where you could actually see your account name.
Did I tell you? Did I tell you what I got for my $100 gift pack?
Yeah, I've seen it. 100 carbon steel and 3,000
high performance metal or whatever. Yeah, performance metal. What a fucking joke! I even asked the support. I was like, "Do you think that's worth 100?" She's like, "No, it seems a little low for 100." Even the support desk admitted that it looked low for 100.
Yeah, no, it's definitely low.
Yeah, so they better fucking step up or ship out. You know what I mean? Anyway, long story. Welcome to IGG.
I have faith in some aspects, but maybe I'm just a gullible person.
I am, how do I put this? I believe in the community. I don't believe in the developers. The community is amazing. The developers are shitty. Oh, good. Level 1 blues, level 1 greens, 0 copies. Beautiful. Beautiful.
I was deleting those for a long time, and then I think in one of your videos you talked about having 1 copy.
Yep, you only need a copy
I didn't
for the Biohazard Frenzy.
Yeah, I didn't understand how that event worked. Like, before you did that video where it was like having 1 copy of each.
Yep.
I wasn't using, because the Crystal Penguin was always in the double.
Mm-hmm.
You got double points for it.
Mm-hmm.
Once I awakened it, or whatever you want to call it, I stopped using it in the double.
Why?
Because I was thinking that it wasn't getting the value.
Oh.
I thought the double was providing extra chips or whatever you want to call it. Not chip, but
yeah, I can see where that
extra
confusion
XP
is.
for those heroes, for those beasts to be leveled.
Yeah. But you understand that it's just to fit in for points, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I do now.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a good kind of example. So if we take off all our chips and we disconnect everything, it's already going to be doing it by might, so we're already set by might. Okay?
Yeah.
We look at just the top 10 beasts overall. Just our top 10. The other ones don't matter because the game only looks at the top 10. Okay? So these top 10 are the only ones that we're going to give a shit about. And in reality, after our first ones, in reality, the first 4 are really the only ones we care about. The first 2 plus whoever we choose to pair them with.
Yeah.
But here's some things to understand. A level 7, a plus 7 legendary. It's either plus 7 or plus 8. I don't remember the exact one, but it's right in that situation. Plus 7 or plus 8?
It's 7 for the skill effectiveness.
Okay, so yeah, but plus 7 gives you the skill effectiveness. Go to the next tier. Tier 8 gives you the secondary skill. So that's going to give you the secondary damage skill that makes it better. So plus 7 makes his first skill worth more. Plus 8 makes his second skill worth more. But it's going to make that worth more than a fully 11 or a fully white-starred beast. Okay? So at about half, so right now your volcano or your blaze sabertooth will do more than what your other one will. Overall. Will have more efficacy at plus 6. Which means that...
It's right on the...
Yeah, it's right on that halfway mark. Which means that your volcano rhino is also going to be doing kind of close to what your other sabertooth is. So you don't really have to worry about putting the other sabertooth with your secondary beast. We have a little bit of flex. Right? Now, granted, it's into another fire beast, but that doesn't mean we can't look at dumping some experience into your crab or into your jellyfish, right? To get a little bit more of that, a different flexibility of a different kind, corrode and combo. And even that doesn't stop us from balancing that way right now. If we look at our main hero and look at his attributes with nothing on him, no heroes or no chips, his basic attributes are going to be crit and counter. And that's just his base stats, which we're going to increase on the next part of his pristine life. Right? The last note of his pristine life, he gets 156 counter, I think. And 96 was 125 and 62. Sorry. So more counter, more crit. So let's look at our first beast and ask ourselves, what is our best avenue? Do we want to stack more crit, more combo, more everything? Let's look at our chips and see what our best chips will be for that main beast.
Well, I think the legendary chips are...
Okay, so stack your legendary chips. Look at your brain and spine.
Yeah, crit as well.
Yep, stack your crit. That's fine. Okay, so we've got chips on our main beast. Now let's ask ourselves, what else do we want? What do we want to add to that? So look at his attributes. And what do we want to add to that? Like if you could wave a magic wand and add stats, what would be the next stat that you would add? How much would you add where?
With him already having the counter skill, my mind goes towards getting more counter to have the crit and counter just based on his skills.
Do you know how the skills work?
Each skill triggers by itself, so the more skills you have, but do the combo skills and the...
Here, I'm going to break something down to you. It's going to blow your mind. Click on the little question mark by special attributes. Click combo and read what it says.
Okay, so yeah. Now I understand more why you're stacking combo over anything else.
It's not just stacking combo over everything else. Go to crit. The point is, all we're doing with a combo is activating that main active skill again. So it's not specific to a hero. It's not specific to whether a beast provides combo. All it does is it activates their leader skill again, their active skill. Right?
Yeah, whereas I thought that because the beast itself didn't have a combo ability, it wouldn't trigger a combo attack.
It's all based on the attributes that you put
chip
on it itself.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, there's two ways to build attributes on a beast. 1, pristine life. 2, chips. Chips is much easier to put attributes on your beast because you can be specific. Right? You understand how there's three types of chips for every set?
Yeah.
Right? There's a combo, there's a crit, and there's a counter set for each, their chip set for each beast.
Yeah, because I've got the crit set there. I just do a quick here. I've got counter.
Yeah, so you've got all three of the you've got all three of the elites. Well, you can build one of each of the legendaries as well, so you have more choice. You've got 3 of each. You need one more different type there. But you see how there's 3 different kinds for everything, right? So you can customize each beast depending on what you need. So now if you back out and look at your main beast, for example, look back at our Pango, look back at the attributes, and ask ourselves, what could we do with more of?
Definitely combo.
Okay, so let's look at a beast. If first off, let's ask ourselves, are there any beasts that have combo that we have put pristine life into?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so then regardless, all we're going to be doing is pairing a beast that we can put good combo chips on. Okay? That's okay. Pristine life is super hard to come by, so don't feel bad. It's going to all come down to chips mostly anyways. But here's the thing. We could even pair your pangolin with the Blaze Sabertooth and give your Blaze Sabertooth combo chips. Right? The 2 swords is combo, so set up combo. You've got combo chips all the way around, so use the combo chips. Now, you're going to get a little bit less. You're only getting, I think, 50% of the combo from your support beasts. And that'll go up as you level up those... wrong one.
Yep.
Right? And that combo and stuff will go up as you get more. But you're already providing another 170 combo on this beast, so that's going to be an extra, 85 combo that you're providing to your main beast. Just by putting those chips on. No, you're going the other way. You have to click on the big beast first. Yep.
Yep. Wondering why it was invisible.
Yeah. So now, if you go back and look at your attributes, what we've simply done is added a little bit more combo. So now, if you click on the question mark by your attributes again, by the special attributes, we've added a 12% trigger rate for combo. Now, the reason why we're talking about spreading them across all 3, let's do some quick math. Okay, let's do some quick math. Click escape, and let's look at your counters. Let's look at your actual values. You've got 85 combo, 210 counter, 211 counter, and 401 crit, right? So we have just over twice as much counter than we have combo, and we have just under twice as much crit as we have counter, right? Let's go look at some... Hold on, let's go look at some math. Click the question mark. Your combo evades to 12.4%. Just over double that. Go down. How come when I should be getting 2.5 times, I'm only getting just 2 times?
Yeah, that's because of the diminishing returns. The higher it still is, the less value it provides.
This is why we need to balance those skills. So even having a 12.4% trigger rate on your combo will bring more overall triggering capability than stacking that onto crit. Or stacking that extra onto counter. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I've got that taken care of with my hero.
What do you mean?
Range squad attack, range squad defense.
Click the little 3 buttons. Click the little 3 dots. That'll give you your full breakdown. Range squad attack, range squad defense, squad attack, squad defense. You got way more attack than you have defense. Way more lethality than you have block. Little squad counter damage, that's good. Counter damage taken, that's fine. And then a little bit of garrison attack and skill damage out there at the bottom.
Yeah, so I feel like those being similar provides a nice value, but I did miss the fact that I've got 14% here, 2% here, and yet...
Yeah, and so in reality, your defense, your attack is way, way higher by comparison.
Yeah.
I mean, which isn't bad. You're in range. That's what you want.
True. I could go to sacrifice some attack if it provided me more...
It would provide you more value in the defense, yeah.
Yeah.
Or just, whenever you're looking at one of those hones that you want to switch or get rid of, just look at maybe getting a defense one in place.
Yeah. If the game is nice enough to give me one.
Yep. And just to let you know, if you go pick on an armament, for example, go to your bag and click on an armament and click on manage and click on hone. Now click on hone attributes. If you look at the specific versus just the squad attack, so squad attack goes from 0.5 to 4.5, whereas the specific one only goes up to 5. So if you look up, it's got a max at 5% for the specific ranged. So the only time it really matters if you're changing out a squad lethality or a squad block for a specific lethality in a specific block is if we're talking about the top end of the echelon. Right? So like a ranged squad defense 2.5% and a squad 2.5%. Although the squad's going to have more might, they still provide the same value to you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that I do.
right, so they only become the lowest value when they're like the last ones that have to go. So if you go back to Beast real quick, that basically sets up your first Beast even though he's paired with the Blaze Sabertooth, which is a crit and crit damage Beast, so you'll still get the benefits of him being a support Beast that way. You're still benefiting from crit, counter, and combo because we've added some of those combo attributes on your other Beast chips.
Yeah.
Okay. But this basically gives you a better understanding on how the beasts go. So in the Corpse Bull, for example, having crit and combo, have you put potential life into him yet? Or pristine life?
Yeah, I think I have.
You've put a little bit? Okay, so we're starting to build him up. He'll have some basic stats, right?
Yeah, because I was originally focused on rallying and stuff when Julia was the rage.
Yeah,
so to speak.
when Julia Bard was the thing.
Yeah, when every range person in there...
Every player wanted Julia Bard. Yep, makes sense. Julia was OP.
That she was.
Yeah. But then when it comes to beasts, I mean, the next situation you just have to ask yourself is, how do I want to be this? How do I want to play personally? Like, what's my best thing? So you can either pair your next best beast together, right, for your next best line, which would be arguably either your other Sabertooth or your Volcano Rhino, whichever one, with your Corpse Bull as your secondary, and then chip them however is going to be the best to give you the best attributes. And you've got choice because you've got all three for most of them. I think there's only a couple that you're missing too, but you can put combo on this guy, and he naturally provides some combo. And if you pair him with a crit beast who naturally provides crit, you can kind of get away with that as well.
I think I've gotten better crit purple than I do combo.
Yeah, but the individual single stars or whatever won't be a big deal by comparison. So you can stack crit on him, or you can, but he's already going to provide crit, right?
Yeah, I think this is what I had him set up as before.
Mm-hmm.
But it's those two with combo, and then these four is crit, because that's what I've been working. I've been working on the crit set, even though I don't necessarily want to. I just feel like if I work on the crit set, I can then move on to a combo set, and vice versa when it comes to purple chips.
Yep, you can.
If this game lasts long enough.
The only problem with that is that
if this game lasts long enough, in theory, we'll be using the legendary ones, right?
In theory, we'll be in legendaries, but we'll see how long the game lasts. 100%.
Yeah, it's kind of like the armament. So you get rid of the purple one.
Yeah, because we want to use the legendaries, and then we have superbs, and you're working on one set of superbs. It's the same type of thing. The only difference is I would look at, like, go back for a second. Just take off those chips first. Unequip those. Even the brain and spine. Do everything for a second. I want to see what its base stats are. Look at its base attributes. So it's going to provide crit and combo. So we're already providing crit and combo. So why don't we look at stacking counter on him, knowing that he'll provide crit and combo? Because you have the counter chips. I think you have a lot of them if you don't have the full set. I think there's only a couple that you're missing.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be getting crit from your other beast, right? Counter goes the other way, I think. Yeah.
I'm not gonna have a full counter set. No,
You can just do combo damage for now is fine. The matching combo damage until you get the crit chip or the counter chip. But now you look at your base stats for this beast. And now we've already stacked. Now you're going to be getting crit and combo from the beast, and we're going to be getting that from the other beast that we pair him with, probably, because you'll probably pair him with one of your crit beasts.
Yeah.
And you have... We'll go to the other one. Do you have pristine life in the other one? Have you clicked on the other one? Do you have pristine life in that one? No, okay, so they'll
I
both
think
be
I
about the same.
reset this. I'm pretty sure I reset that one a while back. So
Oh,
I
that's
can grab the pristine life.
yeah. So I mean, you're gonna put him with that one, probably with the volcano rhino, because you'll end up getting frags with the volcano rhino, and then put your crit chips on your volcano rhino. And then just get a crit chip when you can get some more purples. Pair that one with your volcano rhino.
Yeah. So the key thing is remembering to grab a crit chip for that one specific.
Well, here's the thing. Now that you have your 2 lines picked out, and this is why I say that this game compounds price very quickly. Because before it's like I'm going to fight with 5 marches in the field, but here's the thing: beasts are super influential in the field now. They're super influential in the game. So for every march that you have going in the field, not only do you need to have 2 beasts, but you need to have 6 chips on every beast. So if you want to fight with 5 marches in the field, that's fine, but you need to make sure that you're funding 5 marches, right? That's 10 heroes, 10 beasts, and 60 chips. And knowing how expensive beasts are, it doesn't make any sense to try to do that for the average player. So running 1 march in the field, 2 marches in the field, with your best 4 beasts set up that way, then just pair your other 6. Like here, in this situation, I would look at your next one. Take your Sabertooth and pair it with your Undead Bull. Right? You take your Sabertooth, pair it with your Undead Bull. Take your Jellyfish, pair it with your Crab. And take your Pangolin and pair it with the Draco. That way your next 3 marches are as balanced as possible from what you have available. Right? You see how we're doing it counter their might levels?
Yep.
And then don't worry about your next. Don't worry about the other beast after that. No, don't worry about that guy.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, why is the jellyfish stronger than the lava rhino?
Click on its might.
Understand how?
Because you have chips on this one.
Oh. Apparently I missed that one.
Okay.
There we go.
So in this situation, you'd pair that guy with that guy. You'd pair your pangolin and your undead bull. I mean, I would never. Pangolin, General Crab, undead bull with Gale Draco, or Gale Draco with a bull, but preferably the bull first. Yeah. You never want to co-lead with your rally or your garrison beast.
Yeah. Yeah, so those 2. Pangolin. Probably go with Crab and then.
Yeah, and then lead with your bull and put your Gale Draco second.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot of rallies I see. Well, actually, it wouldn't even matter. It's those beasts don't matter. Never mind.
This is your 3rd, 4th, and 5th line. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah, my mind was going to if I see a lot of fire beasts out there at the same time, these beasts don't matter because they're being used as filler squads. They're not being used for what they are.
Exactly. And the truth of the matter is the fire versus grass versus water and stuff like that only really gives a shit when you're a whale and have access to everything. Right? Until that point, you're really kind of just doing the best that you can with the best that you're given. Right?
Yeah. Actually, that might be why.
Well, the difference is the lava rhino you don't have any chips left for, so you might use that one.
Yeah, just because I've got the extra water chips there.
Yep. But again, there's the freedom. You don't want to put any chips on that guy. You don't need to.
Yeah. Just wondering, because I've only got 3 chips there, but I've got 5 chips there.
You're still missing the full set, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because your other one's plus 11, so it's going to be doing more skill damage and things like that. Like more multipliers on its skill damage. With the Rhino. Nope, with the Rhino.
No, I was going to use the...
Oh, right. I'm dumb. You're right.
Yeah. Thanks for looking out. We're on the same page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're looking at the same thing, just at different times. Gotcha, bitches.
Yeah.
We just did a whole bunch of cleaning around the yard for spring, and the flies are out like crazy now. Which makes it even worse.
I unofficially got myself suspended from work last week, so... They sat me for 3 days in a row without giving me any jobs, while at the same time not providing me any paperwork, like a suspension to say...
So they finally laid you off?
No, I'm still working.
Oh.
They just gave me no jobs for 3 days in a row to punish me, even though it's illegal for them to do so.
Oh, they finally gave you a job is what you said. I thought you said they let you go off. My bad, I misheard.
Yeah.
So what did you do that warranted being punished?
The Saturday of the long weekend, they gave me jobs that would have taken me like 14 hours to complete all of them.
Yeah.
I worked a 12-hour day, including my drive home, and I said I wasn't going to my last job. And when I tried to call the 3 different managers that would be like, okay, yeah, no, you're not doing that last job, none of them answered their phone.
Jerks.
So I went home.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I didn't get any jobs for the next 3 days because I didn't complete all of my jobs in one day. They expected me to do a 14-hour shift with no overtime, no compensation, no nothing.
Yeah, about that. Ever told you about my socialism views? I actually might be a communist the more that I think about it. Fear the communism. No, that's fine. Okay, so now that we have your top 10 heroes taken care of, or top 10 beasts taken care of, it really just is working on your main ones that you're going to work on, right? Which is your 2 main sets, your 2 main lines, and the specific chips within those sets, right? So you go back to your beasts, you look through what your beasts have, what chips do I need to get for those beasts, and those are the next ones that I'm working on, right? So for here, right, whether you want to stack combo, for the other one, whether you want to keep stacking crit, right?
See, I've already forgotten which chip it was I was missing.
It's on your, no, I believe it's, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So you need the counter chip there, right? You want the counter chip, or is it the crit chip, sorry? Yeah, the crit chip on the bottom. So you want the crit chip there, and I mean, you'll need some, I think you also need a couple more for your other red one.
Yeah.
You'll need a counter chip there. So you need a crit chip in your right leg, a counter chip in your right leg, and then counter chips for your left and right, or left arm and leg.
Yeah, I think most of my chips have been just going towards the...
Well, scroll down for a second. Have you dismantled all your other chips that you're not using yet?
Yeah.
Okay, you have. Good. All your blue ones are gone. Okay,
blue ones, anyway.
Good. Okay, so you're already a step ahead. Yeah, I mean, basically all you're really going to be doing at this point is leaning on those 2 marches you have and fighting behind other players or fighting with players. Like, don't try to fight 2v5, fight with 2 other players. You know what I mean?
And that's something that is going to take some getting used to being over here.
Mm-hmm.
I found less opportunities to fight in murder balls or anything like that where I was.
Yeah, it's, I mean, especially since we're stepping up. And when we go to Chaos this week, like you're coming to Chaos, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're coming to Chaos, so it's going to be a lot of that same type of idea where we're going to have a lot of people to fight with and play with. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. Any other questions or concerns you have? Because I think we've kind of gone through everything for you.
No, I think just about covers everything hero base.
Yeah, so you got your heroes done, you got armaments focused on the 2 marches, you got beasts done. Have you touched survivors? We've talked a little bit about, but have you done your survivor marches?
Yeah. In fact, I just realized the other day that I still had my Hawkeye Elites. I had it set up on Ethan instead of Sophie.
What's your Jack look like? I didn't realize you had Jack.
Mechanic? I don't feel he's strong enough. Like, only having one skill set to 5, I don't feel like he's strong enough to work with.
Yeah,
like,
but he might be one you might want to work on.
Like my Beast Invasion. Yeah, I've got Jack in my Beast Invasion.
Mm-hmm.
Just as
but why are you... Oh, Nora!
It's a ranged hero, and because it's awakened, it's better than a 5-1-1-1 Jacob.
No, it's not. I'm telling you now, no, it's not.
Really?
What's your Nagano? It's not better than your Nagano.
Not?
No? Nora is poo-poo buckets, homie. Look at that damage.
Yeah. Oh, basic damage base.
Yeah, but it's 2 seconds. You get 2 hits at 3,750 damage. That's 7,500 damage. That's it. That's half.
Valid. We'll just casually do that.
Pretend that like it never happened.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even realize I had Nora in there.
Nora is just atrocious. Not good. No need.
I still use Lee, too.
I do, too. Lee's good. I use Marco Lee.
Good.
Yeah, I use Marco Lee because my Claude isn't leveled up yet.
Marco 111.
That's sad, but that's okay. You're a ranged main.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then when
got my
Jack
2,
came
that's
out,
good.
When Jack came out, I was focused on getting the specialty armaments over the chips for Jack.
Yep, I would have done the same.
I didn't get Jack as high as I would have liked them to be.
I would have done the same thing. The superbs are better anyways.
Yeah.
So, but the point is you got them. That's good. Okay, if you got your survivors done, the only thing I would suggest doing, go back to your survivors, for example, and then go to your tactical team. So you've got Rigaro with something, Catherine with something.
Yeah, and then the other 4 I've got ranged.
So go to your Flashbolt elites for me. I want to see what you've done for her. For Lynn.
Reducing skill damage.
Yeah, good. Awesome. I appreciate that. You've put one where it shouldn't belong and make it work. I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
Good. So I guess you know what you're doing there too. Yeah, I think your biggest thing is just going to be, I don't think it's that you're not hitting where you think you're going to be hitting at, or where you should be hitting at. I think you just want to be stronger.
Don't we all?
Yeah, it's true. But like, I mean, even here, you got a 4.3, which is almost as strong as my 4.7. So you're already there. You've already got one that's like your next march is already cresting over 3 million. All you need now is a third set to go cresting over 3 million so that you can start bringing a third set into the field. And then just hyper-focus your beasts.
Yeah, and then because I've gotten all of the, because I have access to the Survivor store now, I've been putting anything I recycle, I've been putting into the Blaze.
Yeah, for the extra damage. For the extra skill, or the extra range damage.
He does HP by himself.
Yeah, and then providing squad damage inside of that one.
Yeah, and then, yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I focus on the Blaze, get the HP up, and then I'll focus on those two afterwards, or I'll try to level them up somewhat evenly to get the extra range squad damage as I go.
Yeah, that makes sense. It seems like you've got a handle on everything. So again, I don't think it's that you... I don't think it's that you think that you're not hitting hard enough, because you're going to hit hard enough for being where you are. I just think you're like everybody else, and you just wish you were stronger. Because like you're doing pretty well. Go to your Survivor Rescue. Mana Survivors. 2.8 million static on your Survivor might is good. Right? So that's kind of right where I am too. I think I'm only at 2.9 or 3.
Yeah, I actually didn't even realize there was a might up there.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it was a thing.
This is exactly why I suggest that we always use those searches, because it really does impact a lot, right? But I mean, other than that, I mean, you got your armaments figured out. You got focus now. You know what to do with your vehicles. Or did we talk about your vehicles yet? Oh.
We didn't technically talk about a vehicle. But I've gotten... Next time I work on my vehicle, I'm doing the those two, getting to being level 1.
To tier 3 level 1, okay.
Yeah. That's my next target is those two to tier 3 level 1.
Okay.
And then I'm split. I kind of want to do my light protection to 12 and then get them all to 3. But at the same time, I want to get these to 15. Like, I keep flipping on my decision on, do I want to get these to 15? Do I want to get these to 13 before I work on the other one? Besides those two. Those two are obvious.
So, my typical suggestion is to do it in blocks of 5.
Yeah.
So, if you've got one at 12 and one at 10, I would suggest keeping them at that until you at least get tier 3 level 1. Then move them to 15. Then move the other ones to 5.
Yeah. So get these two to level 1. Take the time to get those two to 15, and then get the other ones to 5.
To 5.
Or moving those two to 20.
Yes, and then move them to 20. Get the other ones to 10, 25. Yeah. Then you can work around.
20, yeah, 25. That's what,
Max.
2 years from now.
Sure. Who knows? I mean, they might start giving out way more things depending on what happens in this coming strike. You know what I mean? Who knows what they'll decide? But I can tell you one thing: if they don't decide something, there is a lot of pissed off players, and they're already leaving. So, who knows? But I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up for us, bud. I don't think there's any much else that I need to help you with. You've got a good handle on it. And with that all being said, guys, thanks very much for watching, folks. I appreciate your time. If you did get this far and you like what we've done, smash the like button, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, fill out the notification bell so you get notified when we drop new content. And remember, all of that is free. It doesn't cost you a dime, but it goes a long way to help support the stream, or help support the channel and help push the algorithm. So if you can do all of that, that's great. If you can, and if you want to help us financially, click the join button, become a member. For only $5 American a month, you get your name up at the end of the videos, you get emojis, and once we actually do start live streaming, you'll have emoticons and things like that in the live chats, and obviously you get access to videos first before we put them up to the rest of the public. So if you want to help us out a little bit, do that. Click the join button, become a member, and help the channel just a little bit more. Other than that, folks, thanks very much for tuning in. Love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time, stay lifted. 3, 2,